on. So we need to be making sure that we're working on us and doing what we need to do. And you have showed them how to do that this weekend, and we really thank you, Tangi. Well, I tell you, we have met some awesome people at the Discover New You retreat. And they came from all over. When I say all over, they even crossed the Canadian border. I have with me Stephanie Walks out of Canada. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Okay, now Stephanie is a life coach. Also, she's a school teacher as well. But you know, you spoke to us about the 7 dream builders. And I'm telling you, it was awesome. I mean, it was like, y'all get ready. We're getting ready to go in the birthing room, you know, and we're going to get this thing out of us. You said some powerful things. Now, how did you get into this?
Well, basically, I got into it. One of the things was really just by seeking God. I really just started to get in a place in my life where I knew there was more, and really just asking Him, what is it, what more have you created for me to do? I know you've called me to be a teacher, but what and who else can I teach to? And that was where the process began for me, just by asking God the question of what.
And that's the concept that you bring to everybody else. What is it that you want to do? What is God saying to you? And that's good. I really enjoyed it because it helped me to kind of propel out in some things. Hopefully by this time next year, not hopefully, but it will be this time next year, there'll be some different things. And I'm so serious. I was blessed by it. And you know, the concept of coaching seems to be something that people are catching on to. What will we say in the past 5 years that you starting to see this come out. So tell me, as a life coach, how do you go about connecting with the people and everything, and getting started and beginning to push them into their new processes?
Well, in terms of getting started and getting your people, everything is based on timing. And so I just believe in being prepared and doing what you need to do, and the opportunities will come to you. I just feel that when you force things and you try to, push clients and put up signs, I feel that it doesn't always work as well, as opposed to sometimes just waiting. Word of mouth is really powerful. And so what I used to see happening with me was, as a school teacher, when I used to have a lot of the single parents would come in my classroom, they would sit in my chair. As they would start to talk, we'd be talking about their student, and it always went to them and their life. And to be honest, I don't have any paid clients right now, but I have paid clients. They're not paying me, but I know that I'm giving them what they need. And sometimes you have to begin small. And I'm giving them, and sometimes it's an hour, if you want to call it free advice or whatever, but it's not even my advice, because really it's God's. He's just given me a steward. He's just used me as my mouthpiece. And I believe when you have the right attitude and you're humble, then God will really provide the increase.
That is it. You are so awesome. Okay, now talk to us a little bit about the 7 steps that you share. Actually, it turned out to be five big major steps. Talk to us about those right now.
Okay. Number 1, it's important to get still. You need to, in order for you to hear, you need to be still enough to hear those inklings, to hear that, make this phone call, go to that place. And a lot of us are just so busy, and most of the times we're distracted. So we're not even able to find out what we need to do because we're so busy. So number 1 is get quiet. Number 2, dare to dream. Give yourself permission. When we were young, we didn't have any limits. I want to be, like one of my little students, she said, I want to be a doctor, a model, and whatever, a teacher at 6 years old. Well, and we tell kids, no, you can't do all 3. Why not? We didn't say it was all going to happen at the same time. So we need to get back to that place. Let them dream like that. Kids will say stuff like that, and we need to be like that, as become more like children in that respect as adults. Number 3, collect visions. Collect these images. Start subscribing, even if it's just to one magazine. If there's certain things, I like Style Watch, People Style Watch. I'm going to buy every issue of People Style Watch because I'm into fashion, so I'm able to see trends and current things that are going on. Start to rip out. What's the fall look that you want to have for 2008? What do you want to look like in '09? Like, all that can come from just from looking at a magazine. Divine inspiration for $5 in hard economic times. Why not? So with that, get a mentor. Get someone who's already doing what you want to do on a high level, because when someone's already doing it, they're not going to be intimidated by sharing and saying, this is what you need to do, because they already got it. So find a mentor and have questions prepared so you're not wasting their time. Take them out to dinner. And say, I really admire you and I'd like to take you out to dinner. And while over the course of dinner, go over those questions. Have 5 things ready so you're not wasting their time. 5 things that you can say to them to pull out, and do what they do. Successful people, daily success is found in one's habits. So what are the people who are successful? What are they doing? Start to model what they're doing and you will get the same results. And I think, let's see, the last one I have was basically we need to act it out. And once you get all the information, and actually the last step is research your dream. What is it going to cost you to open up your business? Do you have the down payment that's required for you to get that office space that you're talking about? So we need to research our dream. So do that. Go to the library. That's free information where you can find out. Go on YouTube. That's how I found out about the New You Retreat. I just so happened to be putting in search words and up came this retreat. That was a result of me just going on and doing some research, and then the opportunity presented itself. So I'm hoping that, everyone watching this, that you too will start to think about your dream and think about what needs to happen next for me to be positioned to take the next step, to go to the next level in my life. So when we see you in 2009, we'll see changes. Yes. We'll know that this show enough was beneficial. It was worth the trip. It was worth the cross-country, literally what I did, voyage to get here. It was worth it.
Wow, and that blesses me. It's divine connection that you found out about us and came down from Canada. That was just such a blessing. And I'll even say this. I never take breaks in the middle of the day to go do anything for me, but that 5 minutes or whatever. But I had this book, and I went and got that book and went on that patio, ate my lunch, and sat there and read and just spent time by myself. I don't do that all the time, so I'm already starting to walk in it. Stephanie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching Community Central. We're at Discover a New You Retreat. It's been awesome. We do have one coming up in 2009, so keep your ears open. But we thank you for staying with us here on the show. We'll see you right after this.